It's like, oh, that you getting me. Not, I wouldn't say mad. I don't know. I was hearing what you were saying when you kept saying that we keep judging you or we keep saying this about you, but we don't know how we would feel in the situation. So I was like, okay, let me stop, I guess, judging her and how would I be in the situation. I was like, some situation I was like, no, I'll probably be like this, or like I'm saying, like, if we saw like them or something like that, like as in all of them, I was like, I'll probably react like this, or I'll probably do this. And then other situation, I was like, I'll probably react the same way that she probably would, or I would do like this, or say this. And I was like, I can't say that you are mean or not to say certain things, because I realize that I'm the same way or worse sometimes. And so I was like, okay, let me stop judging her and let me just leave her alone about it. And then that was the time when I was like, there was a long period where I was just like, every time when you would go off on someone or you would say something to Kamara came on, I would just be quiet and wouldn't say anything. But then there was times where I would say something because I was just like, okay, let me try to diffuse the situation. So I do realize that I'm fully understanding, or I'm having a fuller understanding that you do certain things because for certain reasons, and I'm also understanding that I can't always be like, oh, I'll react this way in a situation, or oh, I'll do this. But it's like, you don't know how you'll react, because number one, I've never been in like real situation in order for me to have a telltale, oh, this is how I'm going to react. But
it kind of and you shouldn't feel bad about it, because I was thinking about like with my mom. My mom was like, I would never.
There's 5 pieces. Is that fine?
That's cool. My mom was like, I'll never be with a guy that did X, Y, and Z and X, Y, and Z and X, Y, and Z. And she was like, I don't know why y'all stay in these relationships so long. And it's like, I mean, I would expect for you to say that because you was only married for a short period. So you don't even know what it is to hold a long, extensive relationship, but yet you had a long-term boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, that was married. And it's like, how can you talk about somebody being married and stay with their husband when you was with somebody else's husband while he was going back home to his wife for just as long as I was married? No, longer than what I was married. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what I'm saying is people pass judgment in situations that they've never been in. Because I could have said the same thing, like, well, I would never be with no married man. I don't know what I'd be. So I'm just saying, like, my standards is I prefer that you be single, but I ain't finna judge you for what you do. And I think we as a society or as a whole are constantly passing judgment without taking the moment to realize that you can be that person with one decision. You see what I'm saying? Like, what if I would go somewhere and boom, see this guy and like you said, do you believe in love at first sight? Absolutely. I believe that is possible. Have I ever? No. But I think it's possible. I've heard other people say so. I mean, it gotta be possible, or are they lying? One of the two. But I think anybody can fall in love at first sight. You fall in love with your kids at first sight. You don't know them. You don't know that they're going to turn around and be a little tyrant or be an angel. But you love them on first sight. You see? So what if I went somewhere and just seen somebody and was like, oh my God, I love him so much. Oh my God. And then he turned around to be married. And he's just with her until maybe the kids get grown. And it's like, oh my God, you with somebody's husband. It's like, oh, but I love him so much. You never know where life will take you. So you can't say what you would or wouldn't do if you ain't never been in that situation. Just be like, I hope. You see what I'm saying? And I think as children, a lot of y'all judgment is from a place of never having that experience, not having the understanding of what it is to be a parent, or having that love for your a child, because you ain't never been in that situation. So how you seeing it is like, dang, she must really want to be back with him. She being nice to him. No, I'm being nice to him because my kid said she wanted to go tell her dad whatever she had to tell him face to face. And I'm not going to go in there with guns a-blazing, because that could alter her true assessment of the situation. You could have went in there like, I'm going to tell him that I don't want nothing to do with him. And then when you seen him, all those emotions come running in and you like, I love my dad. So I just went in ready for whatever. I went into the situation understanding that the pendulum can swing either way. It could turn around and you be like, you know what? I'm going to live with my dad. I was ready for whatever that situation brought, because I'm going to love you irregardless at the end of the day. That is a love that you will never comprehend until you have a kid of your own. That's all that was. What you saw, what you have a fear for, is not me being goo goo gaga for him. We already know that I never even loved him in the first place. I don't care. It is what it is. That's the truth. I ain't loved none of y'all daddies. And that probably, people will be like, oh, what kind of person are you? They can judge. You say whatever you want to say. It's the truth. That's my reality. And I have to live with it at the end of the day. You don't. You see what I'm saying? But I'm okay with that. It took me a long time. It was a hard pill to swallow. But I'm just like, dang. That's my reality. And I have to accept that that's my reality. Not going to alter it for you and nobody else. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to my kids and how y'all feel about stuff, I'm gonna go in there ready for whatever y'all decide. Even if I don't agree with it, I'm still going to support you 110%. And that's what I was doing that day. I was supporting you 110%. When you seemed like you could no longer handle the situation, I took the rings, because I know you started to get emotional about it. You really started to get mad, and then you started to get emotional because it's like, boy, how dare you? And I'm just like, okay, before this goes left, we still have a little one that I have to see about at home. So you can go ahead and remove yourself from the situation. I will take it from here. Hi, guy. Yeah, okay, cool. She just said that. I know you're feeling some type of way, and he lashed out on me. And I'm just like, okay, cool. You can lash out on me, but as long as she told you what she needed to tell you, I'm cool with that. You can lash out on me. You can be mad at me. And then what he started to do, yell and scream about how life wasn't whatever. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Now that you've gotten that off your chest, I'm going to go and see about my kid. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice day. I don't even see him as your father. If you want to get down to the nitty gritty of things, I feel like I'm the father. I've been the father this whole time. So when he felt however he felt, I don't even see you on that level. I'm not looking at this dude like, oh my God, we were together. I don't even see that. I see your person. My kid knows you. It's just like, to me, he's like your friend. And you and your friend having an argument. And I'm like, okay, no matter what, I'm going to be on my kid's side. Now, if my kid choose that she still want to be friends with you, cool. I'm going to be cool with you too. How your parents doing? How many people you know don't even like their kids' friends, but still go pick them up from the game, take them to the movies, but they don't even like that friend. Probably be going off when they get home about that friend. Same thing. You're just putting that we were in a marriage on it. You're putting a title to it. There's no title. Once we was done, all titles were removed. You were restricted. What they say about taking your black card, I took the relationship card. That never happened. That never happened. Like with her dad. Like, dude, we were never together in my mind. Never. And that's just, I know I don't know. I feel like I may be different. I feel like I'm normal, to be honest. But to other people, it may be something else. But how I see it is, I don't know. I can emotionally just detach. There's nothing there. Like if he was to come here and say, oh, I ain't got nowhere to stay. They got a hotel.
I think
they got that over there.
I think
you better call your mama.
The only reason I really was like, okay, getting emotional about it was because I was trying to not be emotionless, because I was trying not to be like how I usually am and just be like, okay. I was trying not to be emotionally intelligent with it, I guess.
Oh, I was mainly over there so I could hear from Mom.
I was mainly trying not to be, I guess I was trying not to be emotionally intelligent about it, but I was also trying not to be like how you kept saying that I always don't say nothing, or I always don't speak about my feelings. So I was just like, okay, let me try to be more emotional and try to understand what feelings are, and that's what I've been doing. And then the dream came up, and I was like, okay.
It's just because you're not used to dealing with emotions, and you're not going to be emotionally intelligent from the gate because you're just now learning how to even assess emotions. Just enjoy the journey and stop trying to get it right. You're going to feel the way that you feel. We will work through it together. That's why I just tell you, just tell me how you feel.
No, I understand, because when we was over there, that's what I was trying to do. And then when we got upstairs, that's also what I was trying to do. But then when we got upstairs, that's when I started shutting down, because I was like, okay.
You can't shut down. You got to learn to push through. Whenever you are on your journey to healing self, the moment that you want to give up, you have to realize that is the moment that you keep pushing for, because that's when the breakthrough happens. The breakthrough is never going to happen if you keep stopping and starting again. Stop and start again. Stop and start again. That's why I just forged through life. Like, look how many things keep popping up, and I'm just like, full speed ahead. We're still going forward. Okay, that hurt. Ow. But we're still going forward. Okay, today's a new day. We're going to still be going forward, because we don't have time to stop. We have an agenda, and we're trying to get there. And the only way to get there is to keep moving forward. There's not even a time for me to stop and take a rest. So when you was like, oh, I want to go, it was like, okay, I'm emotionally not ready for this. I just went to court with him and saw him for the first time in over 5 years. That was a lot, but okay, you want to meet with him? This is happening fast. Cool. Full speed ahead. Because as quick as we get all these first times and what if situations and scenarios and get life structured so we know what it is and what it ain't, we gonna always be guessing. I ain't got time to be playing no guessing game.
That's what I was kind of trying to do when we got there, because I was like, or before even then, because I kept telling you, I was like, I don't want to do this, but I also do want to do this, number one for Bob, or number one for me, so I can get this off my chest and say what needs to be said. Number two, for Bob, so he ain't gotta really go through it. And number three, for the simple fact that trying to break curses and stuff like that, instead of just keeping this with me and be like, I never got to, what is it? A final goodbye, I guess.
Closure.
Yeah, closure.
And a lot of people don't even get that. So that's why I was like, man, you're able to do something that I never had. And it's like, why ruin that moment for you? Like, at the end of the day, what it should be as parents, we should realize that our children's experience is bigger than us. Do everybody do the same thing? No. Let's be serious. But, I mean, the ones that do are able to co-parent effectively. That's where the kids, like, oh, well, I'm over at my dad's house. Oh, well, I'm over at my mom's house. And the stepmom and the mom get together. The kids, like, it's a healthy transition. And if we could be on that page, that would be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be cool. But as you can see, it may not be our situation. And I'm cool with that too. I just be ready to take life for what it is. No matter what it looks like. And you're wanting to do that out of the gate. And I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to do that because you have to, like with the plants. If we have the plants inside and we shelter them, right? And then we try to put them outside, you see them start to die back, or they may grow and start to turn yellow or lime green. It's like, oh my goodness, what happened to the plant? It was perfectly fine when it was indoors because it got into the environment. So it's going to be rocky, and the plant's not going to be able to do the same thing that it was doing when it was inside. Now you're having things, your environment's changing, and that's what you're going through. Your environment is starting to change. And you're like, whoa, what is this? Whoa, what is this? But you're still trying to be the indoor plant. That's not going to happen. You're going to have things that's throwing you off. Maybe a little bit of green. You may turn a little bit of yellow. You may be a little bit of brown. Some of your petals may fall off. But as long as you have that wind to strengthen you, you have a better chance of survival. So just take this as each situation that's coming at you is being the wind. It's helping you grow. And stop looking at it like, oh, well, when he came back around, it made me upset. Just look at it. That's a little bit of wind. Ain't nothing but some wind. It's helping me grow. Now I know how to respond if I have kids. Hopefully I never have to go through it. Maybe you learn how not to get a divorce. And you make it work. You see what I'm saying? Or you wait and have kids. Maybe we had kids too soon. Like, just use all these scenarios as your wind. And not as, oh, well, this happened and it made me feel this way and I ain't never doing that again. I ain't going to be in relationships because, no.
No, I know. I wasn't thinking like that for sure because I was still, no, you can even ask Kevin and be like, if you was in a relationship or when I get in a relationship, like I don't see myself being like single or anything like that. Or
but you did say the other day that none of your kids want to get married.
Wait, we said that.
When we was in the car the other day. The other day. When we was in the car. But my point is, just look at it like it's wind.
I'll try. Or I just do things.
And don't look at me with the way that I'm responding to situations like, oh my God, she's going to go back to him. Just understand that I'm just doing what's right. It may not look right to you.
I think,
but it's what's right for everybody in the situation. Even him at times, because it's like he needs the opportunity without my interference to decide whether or not he want to be a good father. And if I'm sitting here running them up, that's going to be his excuse to tell himself why, well, I wasn't there because they mom. No, you don't have that to say. That equation is off the table. You made the choices that you made because you chose to make those choices.
I think what I've been trying to say this entire time was I think about the dream. I think it was just mostly something for us. Because everything that you've been saying, I've already been doing, like with realizing that, hey, this is happening because of this, or don't take this certain thing this way because it could be happening for a list of reasons. I've already been doing that, and I think I know I've been telling you that, like, yeah, at first I was like this with this situation, but then I started being like, well, maybe it's happening because of this, so let me not think like that.
Being optimistic.
And I was just like, everything that you're saying, I have already been doing, but I think with the dream, it just was like, hey, you need to work on this, or hey, you're not acknowledging this certain thing.
Definitely. I feel like dreams are just guidance to show you where something that's coming towards you so you can prepare yourself, or to tell you that maybe we need to work in this area, or maybe this person is going to need to work in this area, so you need to have patience. It's just like a buffer to keep you on track with what you need to be doing, or what you need to be doing. There's no or. Whatever that may look like. But I think you definitely need to just be honest with yourself on how you feel about stuff. Instead of
Keeping quiet.
mm-hmm. What?
Is there other things you've been feeling?
I've basically just listed it off already. The main thing, well, the only things that really was pressing at me was, I guess, worrying about you, and then you and Kamal.
Well, my bad for making you worry. And yesterday, how I made the situation all about me, I truly was just trying to make you feel more comfortable to start voicing your own opinion about the situation instead of climbing up. But in my way of doing examples, I know I'm bad with examples, and I made it go left from where I was trying to take it. Well, I could have just simply said, Aisha, don't start climbing up, voice how you feel. I could have easily said that, and we could have easily got to where we needed to do to get to your feelings about the matter. So I apologize with that. That was my goal, to just get you to talk about how you feel. In my weird way.
No, he's gonna write on that too. Why you gotta write your name on everything?
So they know it's
Because I'm trying to get my way. But
Hey, Bobby, wait.
Fucking not.
Can I ask for a favor? Can you wear this shirt first before you write it?
Yeah, you're welcome.
He keeps him from going outside.
Here, put it back up here. Can you please bring him that?
You want her?
Mm-mm.
Sorry about it. You can't get all that juice in there. Oh,
Wow.
Jeff and Brett.
The notary just came up.
What's a notary?
What I was just talking about the other day.
In the day, in the